Hi everybody, welcome to another Connect Wealth Money Minute. My name is Mark and happy to have you with us. Today we're talking about family enterprises. Now it's not the normal family enterprise that you would be thinking about. We're not talking about a business, we're not talking about a bakery, we're talking about home ownership and joint ownership between family members. It's a great concept, ideologically speaking. Mom and dad have the money, oftentimes have the equity tied into the four walls of their house. Kids wanting to get into the housing market might need mom and dad's help, but the cash might not necessarily be readily available. That basically means that you need to cover two different areas, two different specializations to help it make it happen for you. The first is your lenders, the second is your legal professionals. Let's not dismiss the fact that there could be questions for both. Let's start with the lending aspect of things. There's lots of options available to you in the market. Sometimes it might be a regular mortgage, sometimes it's lines of credit or home equity arrangements. Even reverse mortgages might be an option and an alternative that you'll go through. Either way, you're going to want to look at your lending arrangement with an independent professional that puts your needs before the needs of the lender to ensure you qualify properly. Some of the issues that will definitely come up in that conversation may include the following: asking whether or not all financial parties need to be underwritten, what we mean by salary, what we mean by income. Ask whether or not the payments for your mortgage or your lending arrangement come out of one account or two. Who shepherds that decision making? Is this arrangement eligible for first-time home buyers or your FHA capital? All of that is relevant, especially for your younger people. And then finally, should life end up changing, how does the lender pivot for those sorts of things? If there's a disagreement, do you need to refinance? If somebody passes away, how does that affect your lending relationship? All of those answers should become readily available from your lending professional. Now let's talk about the legal aspect of this. When you go to the lawyer to paper the deal, consider the logistics and the terms need to be considered. And this is where all the what-if scenarios start to come out, which don't affect just the deal, but also the relationships of the parties that are involved here. Questions like, what if the deal is papered and there's a joint tenancy arrangement, or is the arrangement a tenancy in common? What happens if somebody wants out as an exit strategy? Somebody needs to relocate because of the job. What if somebody wants to move up and upsize from a basement home to their own individual unit thereafter? What happens in the event of divorce? If somebody ends up divorcing, does this become a marital asset that now becomes subject to the courts yet again? And of course, should anybody pass away, does this now become a probatable estate asset? How does this affect the next generation or the siblings that aren't involved in the original deal? And is any of this risk even insurable? These are questions that you need to ask the lawyer, and if you don't get the right answer, maybe you need to check for a different legal professional. Clearly, this is a conversation that requires planning and mutual understanding for all the parties involved. Here at Connect Wealth, we know the planning, we know the lenders, and we also know legal professionals. If this is something you'd like to explore, come in and see us. We'd love to chat.